Can you hear me, Stephen?
I can.
It wasn't working a while ago, so that's why I asked. Can you kind of give us an update on how things are going with you and James? Have y'all had an opportunity to talk much, and how you felt about what you did last night, what you can build on, and what y'all did today during practice?
I felt good about him on the floor last night, obviously. He makes us a more talented team. He's smart. He does so many different things. Our relationship continues to build, and that's a good thing for everybody.
Sam Amick. All right, we'll go to Jason Bristol.
Stephen, do you have an update on Clemens, like an official update, if you will?
No official update. He's supposed to have an MRI at some point.
Thank you.
Simon Ali. Simon.
Hey, Stephen. When you get Christian Wood back, what do you expect the team to respond? Like, how defensively do you think he can impact the team?
He can impact the team in a bunch of different ways on the defensive end of the floor. I mean, he's quick. He can block shots. He's a good reactor as far as one action happens and now the next action happens and he can get to it, So to have that quickness on the floor at the 5 position allows us to do a bunch of different things, whether it's being up in pick and rolls and blitzing a little more, or being back and allowing us to funnel guys to him as a shot blocker, and maybe even get into some switching. I'm looking forward to, at some point, getting to see the whole group on the floor together so we can see what it looks like.
Jonathan Fagan.
Having had at least a couple days of working with James, do you have a feeling for whether he will be able to separate however he feels about being here and what he wants to and what you want to accomplish on the court?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just really concentrating on what's best on the floor. I get the question, but the best thing for me is to really concentrate on how can I maximize his talents on the floor? How can I put him in a place where he can be great and help everybody else be great? And that kind of simplifies it for me. If I delve into other type things, it'll draw away from what's important, which is how this team plays. And that's my job, is to make sure that our team is playing in a way that everybody can play to their strengths and everybody can be successful.
Adam Wexler.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, there have been some times where your answers and other Rockets players' answers about James have been, you'll need to ask him, which we had the opportunity to do today, but he really didn't offer any insight into where he feels things are. Do you have more insight to where things are, whether from talking to him or talking to management, Raphael, about where things really stand with him moving forward?
I don't.
Is that something you'd like to have, that information?
As far as
where his head's at in terms of the future with this team?
I think it would be, if we exactly knew what it was all kind of where its head was at, I think it would be good for everybody. But, we're dealing in reality, which is things change on a day-to-day basis. Things change on a game-to-game basis. And as I said before, my job is to coach this basketball team and make sure that the guys are put in the right position. Part of that, as your question is kind of leading to, is the spirit of the group. And I think the spirit of the group, especially based on the game last night, is pretty good.
Thank you.
Adam Spolling.
Stephen, did Christian return to practice today?
We didn't really even do much in practice. I think he might have got some shots up.
Do you think he'd be able to play tomorrow?
I think he's questionable, so that's better than out or doubtful.
Terrence Harris.
Hey, Coach. Hey, what's your sense of the level of buy-in that Harden has right now for what you guys are trying to do and trying to accomplish? I mean, I know it's only a couple of days, but what's your sense of where things are with him in terms of his buy-in with you?
As far as his buy-in with me, it seems pretty good. You know, we've talked hoop and talked about different situations and that sort of thing. But I mean, I understand where kind of all these questions are coming from, and I get it because it's, you know, we're the Rockets and it's one of the best players in the NBA. But, you know, I'm gonna kind of keep answering it the same way, that I can't speak for James. I can't really say what he is thinking or what he's not thinking. That's what his media availability was for. So I'm really concentrating on the group that we have that's on the floor and making them play their best.
Fair enough.
And last question, 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧.
Coach, just wanted to ask you more about Christian Wood and DeMarcus Cousins. How different are they in terms of in pick and roll, especially on offense?
On offense, Boogie's obviously a bigger, stronger screener, so we can gain a little bit more separation than we can with Christian. But Christian is so dynamic as far as his quickness, rolling to the rim, and you can throw lobs to him as he's rolling. They can both pop back and shoot the ball. So they're similar in that they can both pop back, but the way that they kind of are effective in their roll game as well as creating separation for the ball handler is a little bit different.